Lara and her three best friends decided to go for vacation. So they went to Lara's family's cottage by the lake. Her first best friend asked, "How long has this been here?" Lara answered simply, "Well, it's been here for 7 generations." They settled in pretty quickly, but then her second best friend went to explore the attic. She found a closed box. She decided to open the closed box. She just found a dress that has been tucked nicely, and below it were some writings. Neither of them understood it. The second best friend had sticky hands, but she was also a designer. She decided to pick up the box and add a little touch to the dress. So when they were done with the vacation, they each went back to their homes. A few weeks later, first best friend appeared to the second and gave her the box.
"I don't know how it got here, but I figured since you had it, you might want to use it." Second best friend just say, yeah, I do. But please don't tell Lara. Later in the middle of the night, she had a tune. She followed the melody. It led her to the box. The nearer she came, the louder it became. She took the dress and wore the dress. Lara and her third best friend found her in the morning, laying in her porch, naked. They first teased her about it, but then later realized that the only thing she can remember is her laying in bed the previous night. So the third best friend chipped in. Maybe it's the dress. They contacted the first best friend. She was in a very jolly mood, and like how they're used to her, when they asked her about it, she said,
"I just found the dress in my stuff, so I just brought it to her." When they heard that, Lara concluded that maybe they were just overthinking things. Their best friend had doubts. So after helping the second best friend regain her consciousness and be stable, she suggested to Lara that she will take the dress just to see what will happen. Lara wasn't sure about this, but she agreed. So before leaving her third best friend's house, Lara placed a microcam. During the night, Lara debated on whether she will look at the cam because the third best friend shared a room with her husband. But eventually, she began to watch the footage. The third best friend woke up. Zombie walked out of the room, to which Lara assumed she went for a glass of water. As per usual, shortly after, she came grasping a knife, looking straight at her with a grin on her face. She climbed back to the bed with the dress on. She stabbed and stabbed and stabbed her husband with no remorse whatsoever. Lara was watching, disbelief in her eyes, shocked as the events unfolded in front of her. She did not expect this. She then watched how the alter ego cleaned the evidence. The next morning, Lara agreed to meet the third best friend. Lara was about to tell her BFF everything before the third best friend chimed. "I did not see anything happening, so you can take the dress back to your ancestral home." Lara was a bit confused about this. She decided to just take the dress and go investigate what the hell was happening with the dress. Thanking the internet, she found information about cursed objects and that the dress was owned by the widow who was raped and her husband killed, and therefore this dress manifested her spirit. She took revenge on anyone who hurt the wearer of the dress. And in order to break the curse, the wearer of the dress had to settle the grudge with said persons. Lara had a grudge with her boyfriend, and they had not spoken since before the vacation. She saw the last text, which said that they needed to talk. Before Lara began texting, she received a call from the local police. They requested to meet her at the police station. Her boyfriend was found dead in his home. Lara went through a spiral of emotions and couldn't help but have a grudge on herself. Why did she not talk to him? What could have happened? How did he die? And why? She did not notice that the hour of her killing someone was getting closer. When she tuned the radio to her car and drove to her best friend's house, this song played on and on. She went straight to the bathroom after reaching to her first best friend's home with the dress on her hands. She changed and wore the dress. She began having visions of her second best friend killing her boyfriend with the help of her first best friend. These visions enraged her. She went to the kitchen where all her best friends sat. She told her best friends that her boyfriend had died. She watched their fake expressions as the third best friend went about eating her food. They all had committed murder. Even though the first best friend wasn't consumed with the spirit of the dress, she participated in the murder of her boyfriend. Just because the boyfriend chose Lara instead of the second best friend, just because the third best friend's husband was cheating on her with their kids au pair, they all became murderers. So Lara opted that they should have a feast in hell. What would you have done?